Here we start leadership and its style. Why it is leadership style? Why it is important? Knowing your leadership style help you improving adequate guidance and feedback to employee, and better understand your thought about you make decision and strategy. You can consider implementing when making business decision. It can also help you understand how you direct report see you and why they might give you specific feedback. For example, if employee feel stifled at work and you don't have many opportunities to speak their mind, they maybe tell you that you are autocratic leaders who can benefit from changing their style. Knowing your leadership style may help you improve with limited feedback. Each leadership style has its pitfall, allowing you to proactively address area of improvement. This is critical because some employee might hesitate to speak up even in the anonymous survey. Here are some of the most well-known type of leadership. What are those? Autocratic leaderships, democratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership. Number 4, transformational leadership. Number 5, transactional leadership. Number 6, servant leadership. Number 7, charismatic leadership. Number 8, situational leadership. Number 9, bureaucratic leadership. Number 10, cross-cultural leadership. In this video, we are going to discuss in detail about the first 3 types of leadership. What are those? Autocratic, laissez-faire, democratic. We move to next. Democratic leadership. What are democratic leadership? Democratic leadership is also called a participative or a fluctuative leadership. Democratic leadership is exactly what it sounds like. The leaders make decisions based on each team member input. Although a leader makes the final call, each employee has an equal say in the project decision. What are the characteristics of this type of leadership? Inclusive, collaborative, effective communicator, empowering, supportive and empathetic, trust building, emotionally intelligent. Why this leadership style work for business? This leadership style resembles how leaders often make decisions in company board meeting. For example, a democratic leader might give the team a best decision related optional in a company board meeting. They could then open a discussion about each other. After a discussion, these leaders might consider the board thoughts and feedback, or they might open this decision up to a vote. Why this leadership style is good for team? The democratic leadership style is one of the most effective because it encourages everyone to participate in all process, share their opinion, and know that you will hear them. It also encourages employees to be engaged because they know you will hear their feedback. Team member feeling like they have space to participate can also increase employee empowerment, motivation and participation. What are the potential challenges for leadership in this style? Reaching a consequences can take considerable time, resource and communication with a democratic style. It can also impact decision making because some team member may not have the right expertise to make critical decision. Move to second type of leadership, that is autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership is also called a authoritarian, cohesive and communicative leadership. Autocratic leadership is the inverse of democratic leadership. In this leadership type, the leaders make decisions about taking input from anyone who report to them. This style is most useful when a business needs to control a specific situation, not as a standalone leadership style. For instance, it can be effective in emergency or crisis situation where quick and decisive actions are necessary. What are the characteristics of autocratic leadership? They are centralized decision making, direct and top down communication, minimal delegation, limited autonomy for team member, emphasis on hierarchy and status, resilient to feedback or criticism. Why this leadership style is important for businesses? Autocratic leaders carry out strategic and decisive and directive with absolute focus. So when a situation calls for it, an authoritative leaders can make a quick, best fit decision for a business without needing to get the additional input, helping on cast by cast basis. Why this leadership style is good for team? This type of leadership is most effective when a company makes difficult decisions that don't benefit from additional input from others who are not fully knowledgeable. Sorry, my mistake. Who are not fully knowledgeable on the subject. Responsible parties can make a decision and gives employee a clear sense of direction, and it can also make up the lack of experience on a team. What potential challenges we get in this type of leadership? Most organizations can sustain, such as a hegemonic culture without losing employee, which can significantly lower moral and creative problem solving. An example of authoritative leadership gone bad could be when a manager changes the hour of work shift for employee without consulting anyone. Other challenges with autocratic leadership include intimidation, micromanagement, over resilience on a single leader. Next, we move to laissez-faire leadership. What is laissez-faire leadership? Laissez-faire leadership is also called a delegative hands-off leadership. Laissez-faire leadership is a least interactive form of leadership. The French term laissez-faire literally translates to let them do. Leaders who embrace it give nearly all authority to their employee and don't often interject unless the situations call for it. What are the characteristics of laissez-faire? Limited guidance, direction and feedback, minimal interference and control, high autonomy and freedom, empowerment and trust. Why this leadership style work for businesses? Laissez-faire leadership makes employees accountable for their work. This gives many employees an incentive to do their best work. This type of leadership often creates a more relaxed company culture. This makes it a good model for creative businesses like ad agency and product design. It also a good fit for businesses with a highly skilled team. Why this leadership style is good for the team? In a young startup, for example, you might see a laissez-faire company founder who makes no major office policies around work or deadline. They might put complete trust on their employee while they focus on overall working of running the company. Because of this level of trust, employee work for laissez-faire, leaders feel valued. They get the information they need and use their resources experience to meet business goal. What are the challenges we going to face in this style? Although laissez-faire leadership can empower employee by trusting them to work, however, they they didn't like they they are downside. It can limit team development as a pose a challenge for new or inexperienced employee who would benefit from guidance as they are ramped up. Role and responsibility can also become unclear and it can build a culture of work in silos where people might work autonomously rather than a cohesive group. This style can lead to overlook critical company growth and learning opportunity. So keeping this leadership style in check is important. Here we end.